car came actually from Scarborough. It was in Scarborough. It was in a rundown building where it was just covered in an inch of dust. It had no rear hubs on it, no wheels on it. There were 4 wheels in the building where it was, but only 2 of them couldn't fit because obviously, like I said, no hubs. It had no front bumper, no seats in it, no door cards. Half of the interior trim was missing. What else was there? No headlights. There was 2 bonnets with it. I'm not really sure why I've got the other one down there, but that's the best one that's on it. But it was actually here. It was in Scarborough, and yeah, it was one of those cars that once I saw it, being a JDM fan, you just have to do these things. The car was repainted because it wasn't ever perfect. It was like somebody kind of started putting it back together a little bit before I found it. It was one of the front wings was a slightly different colour. Obviously I found the front bumper for it, so that wasn't the right colour. And there was a few little rust spots just over the car, just general bits where paint had chipped away and it had just started to rust through, so we dealt with all those while we were painting it to give the entire thing just a fresh coat of paint. The sort of secret, but not secret, is that I never actually planned to paint the whole car. The 2 people that were working with me, one of them, Simon, I'll give him his dues, he wanted me to do the full thing because he says it will look better, and I was thinking about it. The more I thought about it, the more I decided that he was right, and it would be better with a full shoot to refresh all of it and have it all the same colour. I saved this car because, again, like I said before, I'm a JDM fan. I know the FTO is not everybody's cup of tea, which is fair enough. I'm a Subaru guy through and through. But I can't ever look at a car and just decide not to for a random reason. If I decide not to do it, it has to be because for something that just doesn't make sense, because for me to see it in the condition it was in, I don't look at a car how it was, I look at a car how I could do it. And as soon as I started with this, I knew how it was going to end up. The reason I'm not keeping the car is because I've got other cars. You know, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I've got 2 Subaru Imprezas in 99 and 2005. I've got now 2 Honda Civics, which is the EJ9, and the EP there. I've also got obviously the MX-5 that you've seen, and I've got other cars to run around as well, including my truck, my van, and I've also got a couple of others to deal with it, not like JDM content, if you like. So the bottom line is, I just don't have the space for it. If I had a big empty warehouse where I could just fill it with cars, I would never sell any of them. That's the bottom line. The car is never actually going to be perfect in my eyes. This is the first car that I've ever done a barn find job, if you like. I've never found one like this. I've never had the opportunity, quite frankly. And when it came up, like I said, I just wanted to do it. But as I said, I will never call it perfect because there's little bits like on it where little bits of paint that I know aren't perfect. I know there is some little marks and stuff on it, but for what these cars are like to find, they're normally rusty and stuff like that. And this is really clean underneath. I undersealed it before last winter as well, so not that it was used in the snow or anything, it never went anywhere. But it's never going to be perfect in my eyes, just because it's hard to define this car as perfect or finished. You know, to some people, finished is running and driving. To some people, finished is like mirror finish front to back, all brand new underneath, all brand new engine bit, all brand new engine, what have you. But for me, I would never call a car perfect. I don't own a perfect car. That's the bottom line. It's not just because of this one. It's all of them. None of them are perfect. What mods would I do if I kept the car? I always like to think that I would put like an Evo engine in it. the car, for what it is, for what it's got, it really isn't slow. It really is surprising. It actually surprised me the first time I drove it. So as far as mods go, I think the next thing that I'd be doing is I would be putting like a 4G63 in it, something like that, of an Evo, because the mounts on the engine and gearbox, I'm told that like they line up anyway, so it would just be a matter of, you know, making the drive line up, whether you went front wheel drive or whatever, and wiring, which again wouldn't be that difficult, but that's what I would do if I kept it. Where did I find it? I found it actually on eBay. And I sort of looked at it and went, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. There's not much sense in doing that. And then it still did a couple of days later, and I thought, yeah, maybe. And that, you know how it is. You look at it, you think about it, sleep on it. You're forever thinking, yeah, maybe. And I decided, because it was so local, I decided that it was in Scarborough, so I'm going to go and take a look for myself and see what's with it, see what's not with the car. And the guy gave me cheap enough anyway, so I couldn't really argue with it. Up to now, the mods on the car are minimal. The front bumper is the only like body mod that I actually found in a breaker's yard nearby. I got really lucky. He had the seats, he had the interior, he had the front bumper, the rear hubs. So I managed to get all that within like 10 miles of where I live, which is really lucky, I think. Other than that, it's got blue LED headlights, which I've not really driven it at night, if I'm honest. Maybe they're not legal, I don't know. I'm not going to stand here to sit here and say. Other than that, mods, it's only really got, it's on lowering springs, it's got the 18-inch wheels on it, and that is one of my questions in a minute. It's got Sony Bluetooth stereo in it, just for, reality, these days you plug into it or you Bluetooth it or whatever. Other than that, as long as I'm not forgetting anything, it's kind of like factory spec. The spoiler belongs to it, the twin exhaust belong to it. All that's kind of how it should be. The wheels, the wheels are one of the things that everybody's asked me about. They are, now if I can remember this right, I should have researched this, but they are replicas of Work Emotion Series 2, I want to say they are. That's working from memory of when I got them. I put a post out trying to find some wheels, this stud pattern, this kind of size, 18-inch, which is what they are. And a guy in Hull, which is like an hour and a half drive, give or take, for me. He came up with them and he says, I've got these, I don't want a load of money for them. So we put a deal together, went and got them, and they've been on the car ever since. No, again, this is one of the things that go back to being perfect. There is some like lack appeal around the like chrome edges on it or whatever, but overall I think this suits the car as it is. Everyone that sees this car, it gets their attention. Everywhere it goes, it gets someone's attention. So I think, someone once said to me, the right wheels set off any car, so they must have set this one off to some extent, I would think. But that is where I'm going to leave this one now. There is at this point there is something like 55 tickets left. There might be less by the time the video goes out, and whether they sell or not, on Sunday we will be closing it, so if you don't get in before Sunday you will not be able to get in, and that is it. And keep an eye on all the social media to go from there, and we'll decide. But I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who supported me with this build. I did a big post on the FTO Owners Club the other day, just thanking everybody for the support and advice, because I'll probably never have one again, simply because I won't find one this clean. And it's really going to be a shame that it's going, because it's meant a lot to me to build this car. It's meant a lot because it's like my first full respray, it's my first barn find, and it's my first kind of saved car, if you like. It's the first one that I did like this, so it's really cool to do, and I will actually miss having it around. So yeah, that is where I'm going to leave this video. But thank you all for watching. If you're not already in, try and get in before the tickets sell out or the competition closes, because once that happens, that is it. There's no extra tickets and nothing like that. So yeah, thank you all for watching, thank you for supporting, and I hope the new owner enjoys the car. See you soon.